Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Are you married?
Am I married?
Yes.
No, I am not.
Do you have the same name you did as your birth name?
No.
You do
What
not.
does
So your
that?
birth certificate
What
looks
does that?
different. I'm just curious. Does your birth certificate not resemble your current driver's license or ID?
My birth certificate? No, because my birth certificate has my birth name. My
Okay.
ID has my last married name. So what does that have to do with?
Oh, I'm going to explain to you why Trump hates women. So 90% of married women or formerly married women are in the same boat as you, where their birth certificate does not match their legal name on their government issued ID.
Okay.
Trump is demanding that the SAVE Act get attached to the budget, basically legislating through the budget, which is already a problem within itself. We should never legislate through a budget. But he's demanding that it be passed under no due circumstances. Like if it's not passed, Republicans should refuse to pass the budget. It states in this that if you do not have a passport or a real ID, which is the newer version of the driver's license and regular or government issued ID that a lot of people haven't gotten yet because it's more costly and requires certain documentation. Same with a passport. You cannot register to vote as a woman with a differing name on your birth certificate versus your ID.
So if that was the case, how am I still able to vote? How am I still able? How am I still
Because it
registered to vote?
hasn't passed yet. He wants them to pass it. Republicans are demanding SAVE Act be attached to the most recent budget proposal. And if it passes, the only way you can be eligible to vote in a federal election in the future is if your original birth certificate, which no copies, original with the seal from your state, directly matches your government issued ID, meaning that all women who are married and have a different last name would no longer be eligible to vote.
That sounds like the same bunch of bullshit. Sorry, as Trump being supportive of Project 2025. It's a bunch of
Yes,
lies. That's I.
he is. He said in April, in front of the Heritage Foundation that he's looking forward to the mandate they will deliver to help bring back the country to traditional Republican values. What are you talking about? Just because he says he's not with it now doesn't mean that he hasn't been. Doesn't mean that the literal leaders and authors of Project 25 weren't on his cabinet. J.D. Vance wrote the foreword of Project 2025, ma'am. He's an author of the book.
Okay, well,
Why would
I'm
you
not
put
saying
someone who wrote?
I don't know enough about JD Vance to say anything about him. I don't know enough about him to say anything either
Do you
way.
think Trump? Do you think Trump would pick a vice president he didn't vet?
And, that I don't. I mean, honestly, I'm not going to say either way. I'm not a.
Would you pick the person that would be your replacement if something happened to you and not vet them adequately?
I'm just going to say I trust Trump. I trust him.
Why do you trust Trump?
He's made. He has
Trump has
made
cheated on every
decisions in the
wife.
past for me.
Trump, what has he done to earn your trust?
Wait, let's go back to the voting thing that you're saying that he's trying to keep married women from voting. That means his wife couldn't vote. Okay, so
No, she could vote because she has a passport and they have money.
I'll do my research on that. But if you have any insight of where we can,
I have two videos up, both about this. Are my last two videos. They both show evidence and they show the exact bill and the language in the background. So
I don't believe it, but I'll check it out. I don't believe it, but I'll check it out.
Let me ask you a question.
Thing. You guys, your background says Trump hates women.
Yes.
But yet you guys turn around and say, oh my God, Trump loves all women. He loves them so much that
When have I ever said Trump loves all women? When has any Democrat said that? He's literally the reason we don't have bodily autonomy in certain states. He's literally the reason that they're trying to disenfranchise women in the voting realm. Literally, what are you talking about? No Democrat is sitting here saying that Trump loves all women. He sees women as property. He literally talked about his own wife in detail, Marla, and how the fact that he expects to come home and have dinner on the table, and if it's not, he's pissed off. He talks about the fact that I need a wife, not an executive. Like, this man doesn't care about women. He literally ran and owned the Miss USA teen pageant and joked with Howard Stern on how he gets to go in and inspect these women when they're not dressed. These women ages 15 and 19.
You guys, that's all y'all have. You'll go back 25, 30 years from this man because he said the P word. And you, from years on down, nobody said this shit until he ran for president.
Wait. Do you understand?
Everybody loved him. Everybody loved him.
Nobody loved him. Do you understand that when people run for a office, particularly the one of the highest level in our country, that when you run, that is when things of your past will start to circle and trickle in, because of the fact that we're now like, holy crap, this person could hold the nuclear codes. Let's find out what's in his skeleton closet.
So because he loves women, he shouldn't be.
He doesn't love women.
He loves women. Y'all can't make up your mind. He loves women too much.
Nobody said he loves women. Tell me someone who said he loves women.
The whole Democratic Party says he loves women so much that he has to have them and have them under his thumb. And
excuse me, that is not loving women. What do you think love is?
Girl, let me tell you, there's nothing you can say, that's going to make me not vote for Trump. We had the best economy.
If you unalive somebody, if he unalive somebody,
back when I was under Trump. I didn't get it.
What are you getting right now?
Back. Excuse me?
What is your income tax right now?
What is what?
Are you not getting income tax back right now?
No, I have to pay.
Well, we're under Trump's policy right now. It doesn't expire till 2025.
Right, y'all can say that all you want to.
We're under Trump's job cuts and tax plan that he passed in 2017, and it is going to expire in 2025. Your taxes are Trump's. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
So you know that we're under Trump's tax plan, but you're condemning Trump's tax plan?
Yeah. There's nothing you can say. I mean, you guys can get on here all day long and talk about
he could do. There's nothing he could do.
Against women's rights, and now he doesn't want them to vote. The whole abortion bullshit. Y'all can get on here all day long and talk.
Wait. Listen. Why did he not say he would veto a ban if it was on his debate stage?
What?
Why did he say, when he was asked directly if he would veto a federal abortion ban, why did he not say he would veto it?
Because he said it back to the states where it's supposed to be.
He refused to answer and say that he would veto it. So if that's true, what you're saying is he wants it to be a state's issue. Why couldn't he say he would veto it? He even said J.D. Vance shouldn't have spoke for him.
Well, 1, because abortion is murder. 2, because it's set to the states. 3, because he did say that he will accept in case of there's something wrong with the baby, or it could be dangerous.
Illegal in certain states. Hey, WV, that's illegal in certain states.
Excuse me?
That is illegal in certain states. So obviously he's not protecting that.
But that's what he said on the stage. Straight up said that.
Well, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
He said he never answered whether he would veto a federal ban. He refused to answer. So I'm going to ask you one last question. And then, look, here's the deal. Hey, West Virginia.
Sweetheart.
No, but let me ask you a question. So if Trump unalive someone on the street, would you still vote for him?
Themselves to.
Hey, wait. If Trump unalive somebody on the street, would you still vote for him? Yes or no?
You're pathetic.
I'm not pathetic. You said you'd vote for him no matter what. I could do or say nothing. So I'm asking you if there's nothing I could do or say. If Trump unalive somebody on the street, just point blank, no questions asked, would you still vote for him?
If he killed somebody? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. In broad daylight. Yes. If he unalive someone in broad daylight, would you?
Why would you even ask something?
Because I want to know, would you still vote for him if he unalive somebody in the middle of Fifth Avenue? If the fact you can't say no, it sounds like I'm asking Trump about abortion bans. Is it a yes or a no?
Why would I vote for somebody that kills somebody?
Then say that. Would you vote for Trump if he unalive someone on Fifth Avenue tomorrow?
If he physically, without it being, protecting himself or his family, if he just went crazy and shot somebody, then no.
Then no?
That's what I just said.
Okay, so the fact that women are dying in Georgia right now because of his abortion bans that he is proudly admitting, you're okay with that? So you're okay with the fact that women are dying right now because of abortion bans in their states? Because of his?
Well, then maybe you need to go to the state leaders. It's gone back to the states.
That's so why? Wait,
leaders.
What is the percentage of people that die from chemotherapy? Okay, I'm going to say that. The percentage of people that die from chemotherapy is about 12% because of the fact that it is putting literal poison in your body, even though majority of the people survive and are treated and have their cancer obliterated because of chemotherapy. Would you think it's okay, because there's a risk you could die, that states should say you're not allowed to get chemotherapy anymore?
Okay, let me
No, just answer the question, yes or no. Do you think that the state government should say, hey, 12% of people getting chemo are dying, even though it does some benefits for people that are not dying? Should we eliminate it?
I'll answer whatever way you want me to answer. But here's one thing that I've always wondered. Why, and this is just, this could be an answer on both sides. Why can't they find a way to make insurances pay for such things as hysterectomies or whatever needs to happen to prevent pregnancy?
Because Republican southern states have laws against that. There are still states on the books in the South that say you have to have your husband's permission to get a hysterectomy.
That's what I'm saying. It's laws with the states. So why are we voting?
It's Republican-run states, ma'am. It's your party. It's the party that you're voting for. What are you talking about? Your party doesn't want education in the school system around sexual reproduction.
We don't want grooming our children in school. We do not want grooming our children in school. Teaching 5-year-olds about sex and sex changes and that sort of shit is not okay.
That's not a part of the reproductive curriculum. I work in a public school system. We don't the sex life. It's about literal sexual reproduction. It's not about what gender you are. What are you talking about? My almost 17-year-old is standing over here going, what is this woman speaking of? She literally takes the course.
They're confused because the Democratic Party doesn't know the difference between a man and a woman. They don't know how to explain what a woman even is. So you guys,
what is a man?
Well, you want me to say like a man is born with a penis and a woman is born with a vagina?
A male is born with that type of genitalia, not a. So you're telling me if a newborn with a male genitalia comes out a man, that's a man?
It's a male.
A male. Perfect. So you recognize that male and female are sex terms, like biological terms, and woman and man are not, because nobody comes out as a woman or a man, not a single person.
I'm not a woman, I'm a girl.
My daughter's a girl, she's still a minor. I think what, listen, can you take a second and just listen to me? Because I feel like we're doing a lot of pivoting. I'm bothered by the fact that I can tell you clear policy across the board that your presidential candidate has introduced, not only when he was previously in office, but what he's proposing now, that would unilaterally destroy our economy. In 2019, and I just want you to hear what I have to say, listen to hear what I have to say. 2019, due to his tariff policy, we saw the largest exiting of manufacturing jobs, the steel industry, and agricultural. Our farmers were decimated because of his policy. And the jobs that had growth under him were government jobs, leisure jobs, and education and healthcare, because it was right before COVID pandemic and those fields were targeted. So when I tell you that his policy has harmed our economy and working class Americans specifically, and has made places like West Virginia even poorer than they already are, that is a concern, and yet you are voting for him.
So you're telling me that when he's in office, these so-called policies that Harris and Biden have in place are going to save me, in the next coming years? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, you will benefit more under Harris economy than you would under Trump's. Yes.
Okay.
Fiscally, she has incentives for mothers. Are you a mother? You say West Virginia mother, right? So you have children, right?
Okay. And what's your stance on illegals and this administration allowing them to vote?
Nobody's illegal.
What's your stance on that?
Nobody is illegal. People are here illegally. They are undocumented, but no person is an illegal person.
Breaking the law by coming into our country.
That's fine. It's a misdemeanor. That's fine. I'm just saying people are not illegal. They commit illegal acts. There's a difference. But regardless, immigrants here that are undocumented are 2 times less likely to commit crime, 4 times less likely to commit property crime, and are typically more than 98% of them.
The illegals are the ones killing. They're over here killing people.
Don't please use TikTok friendly language like unaliving. But no, they're not. Because you know a few cases where that's happened does not mean that is the majority. The majority of people here in this country that are doing unaliving and crime are actually U.S. citizens.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's way too many illegals that are doing that unaliving.
Should we start deporting people that commit crimes that live here already? Because that is a vast majority of people that do
cannot wait till Trump gets in office and he sends them all back and starts with a fresh slate. I think people should be able to come over here. I think people should be able to come over here and have a good life in America.
What is his policy? Let me ask you a question. What's his policy on immigrants?
Let me speak? Can I speak?
No. I need you to know what is his policy on immigrants? Tell me.
30 seconds.
Okay, go ahead.
I believe that people should be able to come over here from other countries who seek a better life. They should be able to come over here in America and do that legally. I do think that the process is too long and too expensive, and I think something needs to be done there. I believe that. I don't have a problem with them coming over here to make a better life. But coming over in droves like they have and just taking over, and that's not okay.
Great. Okay, so why? Well, so I'm gonna counter you because I agree. I think that we should absolutely create policy that improves the border crisis that we supposedly have, as well as address the immigration process. So why is it that when Senator Langford, a Republican, Senator Sinema, an independent, and Senator Murphy, a Democrat, sat down for over 6 months and authored one of the most comprehensive border bills in U.S. history that the Border Patrol endorsed, that Biden said he would vote for, and that enough Republicans agreed to support that they could defeat the filibuster in the Senate? Why did Trump, the day after it was dropped, say if any Republican votes for this, they're basically rhinos, and literally kill a bill that would have addressed everything? It expanded the wall, it increased border security, it increased border technology.
Probably because things get snuck in those bills. They sneak things in. Yes, they do.
I'm going to tell you why that's false. I'm going to tell you why that's false. I'm going to tell you why that's false.
They sneak in funding to Ukraine. Yes, they do.
Right, and they funded Ukraine, and it was attached to a budget, and they not only did the budget portion of it, they did more money. They gave more money to Israel than was originally proposed. They gave all the money they were proposing for Ukraine. They gave all the money to Pacific nations. All the things that were attached to that bill passed except the border policy. Why? Why would Trump, who cares about the border and cares about the immigrant crisis, as you claim, kill a bill that was by and large supported by everyone across the aisle, had Border Patrol's endorsement? They said this is the best bill that's ever been introduced. And I want to point out that HR 2, she left.